Hello, welcome to Kate's Egg. Today is another morning during harvest time and we're just getting the combines ready to get going today. I'm in my combine, well actually my dad's combine, and I just turned it on to lift the header so that I can wash the windows. It is very windy out. I guess so, yeah. It's kind of windy. Okay. I'm back inside from washing windows, and I started my combine up, and I'm going to head out. My windows are a lot cleaner now, which is nice. Oh, I don't have a radio. I don't have a radio, I don't know that. Okay.
You just have to swing your arm around.
Okay, and then are we still in the middle of this field?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I don't have a radio, but Uncle Chris just said, swing your auger out when you're ready to dump, and we're in the middle of this field. So that is all I needed to know. Oh, I found the wheat. My dad took the plane today and flew to Glasgow, Montana to get a part for the other combine so that we can get it back up and running. Press button 2, set my header on the ground, and I'm started. We'll probably make it 2 rounds before having to dump in the grain cart. So this is another day of Montana wheat harvest. We are picking up winter wheat, which is planted in the fall. So right after harvest time it's planted. And winter wheat has to freeze in order to produce a head, which what's in the head is the grain kernels that we're looking to harvest. Otherwise the wheat will just grow up like grass. And then we also sometimes plant spring wheat, and it can't freeze, and it's planted in April. For the most part, we plant winter wheat because the majority of our moisture comes from snowfall, although we haven't had any moisture this year. So I remember one pass in this field with my dad yesterday. There was nothing there. We couldn't even see which way to go with the pass because no wheat grew. Now Austin has gone to dump in the truck after he had 2 unloads from the combine. I think 3 unloads fills him up. We could hardly stay on our seats at lunch, and I think my watermelon had more of the field in it than watermelon. A family of baby pheasants was just in my swath, and they flew over there. The most adorable thing ever. Oh my goodness. I hope none are left. They're all over there now. You can tell how windy it is by how much wheat is being blown out of the swath. It is insanely windy. Oh my goodness. I almost blew to North Dakota at lunch, which doesn't usually happen during harvest time. Montana is always pretty windy, but not usually this windy. Yeah, when the wheat swath is really light, it's like half of it's being blown away. It is so windy. Austin's saying the wheat will be a little extra, clean because the wind. Arvid and I are dumping because we just completed this field, which is awesome, and then we're moving to the next field. A lot of people are stopping harvesting because of how dry it is. And if there was a fire, then you wouldn't be able to put it out. We are not stopping harvest. We're keeping the water truck very close and the disc. And we're also not cutting barley. We probably wouldn't cut barley in these kind of conditions just because of how dangerous it is. I'm dumping in the grain cart right now, and as you can see, I'm dumping over the wheel of the grain cart because that's the strongest point. And you always want to fill up the strongest point of the cart before you, or any truck, before you fill up anything else. And then the grain always looks a little dirtier here, dirtier meaning with chaff and the grain covering in the window, but when you look inside the middle of the grain tank, it usually is a lot cleaner. So after lunch was over, we were able to finish the field with just this one dump, which is pretty good. And we weren't even full, but you want to dump in between fields so you can tell how much each field produced. Now we're just heading to the field across this field road. It looks like Arvid is waiting for me to go first. It looks like the Kate's Egg flag is stuck. Good. Okay, so I'm now driving across the field here. We should make it 1 whole round without dumping. I'm going to stop the combine, idle it down, put the back of it in, and then the header, because that's the order you always do it in. It's easier on the machinery. Rev it up, and then press button number 2 to lower my header at the preset height. Boy, it's windy. The crop is yielding about 0 bushels per acre right now, so it's a really rough year for farmers in our area anyway. My header is pushing a lot of dirt right now, So I'm picking it up, moving forward, and just briefly setting it down. And then it almost pushed a rock too. But I don't want to plug it up either. And it's also got a lot of green wheat here. As you can see, there's a ton of dirt. And I could tell the combine was about to plug up because the auger here was not turning the wheat. I might have dirt in my header actually because it doesn't seem to be feeding very well. As you can tell right here. So we'll see how it goes when I get out of the dirt. I'm gonna have to stop. Chris, do you have a copy?
I do have a copy.
I took the first swath on this on the next field, and it had a lot of dirt in it, and I had my header almost off the ground, so it was barely picking up the wheat, but then it still seemed to push dirt, and now the header's kind of, some wheat's still going through, but it's back feeding a little bit also. So I'm wondering, yeah, I don't know.
I'll come down and check it out.
Thank you. Do you want me to just pull out of the swath?
Yeah, why don't you? You're on one heading north, south rather?
North, just started it, where all that kind of loose dirt was.
I'll come down and check. Yeah, pull out and let Arbor take. Arbor, just keep on the swath you're on.
So I think my header was back feeding, and it definitely was, and that's very problematic. That probably means it's plugged. There's no wheat stuck in it, but it is plugging up fairly fast. So I'm wondering if there's something going on. There's also quite a bit of green wheat in that swath. Here's a look at where I am in the field. Arvid's well over this hill. It goes a mile down and then half a mile over, I believe. Or either that or half a mile down and a mile over. I can't remember. Uncle Chris should be coming soon. Now Uncle Chris is coming down the road. There's no wheat stuck in the header right now, but whenever I put it in the swath, it starts to back feed. Oh, it does look plugged actually. Do I need to get gloves? Okay. So I'll get my gloves. Do you want me to lower it? See, the problem was that I couldn't lift my header high enough to get the wheat and not be in the dirt. So maybe you just skip the wheat?
Yeah, you could.
How do you get out? I guess over these. Oh yeah. Definitely not the day to do that.
The number 2?
Yep. One brings your header up at the end of the row and 2 puts it back on the ground.
That's not what I wanted to do. I want to speed the belt up a little bit.
Oh, then
Which-
let's see.
Real control.
It's this one, I believe. Or let me think about that.
I probably don't have to, but I'm gonna. This is the cylinder speed, that's the fan.
It's not one you have to click a button for. You just roll the dial.
Oh, one of them you have to push the button and roll the dial. Oh, there we go, yeah. I just set it up a little bit because I'm going faster.
Yes.
That's not right though.
Do you think it's more?
Yeah. Yeah, none of those bushel things are right. They're all wrong because they didn't calibrate any of them. And one of them set for soybeans or something on the screen, so I don't know which one that was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that little doodad is because we're at the end of the field. I think he was going this way too. Don't want to drive over my swath. I was gonna zoom over.
That's how I got good combine backing up skills, is trying to maneuver between the swaths.
That's not, I think that actually should be lowered a little bit. Seems to me like it's not picking it all up.
The only thing I feel like I can back up accurately is a combine.
Yeah, and combines shouldn't be backed up generally. Nothing should be backed up generally.
No. I have a stash of cookies if you'd ever like some.
No, I'm just gonna have to turn around or something, what Austin's doing.
Do you think the wind will calm down eventually?
Or eventually, see all that stuff that's being left?
Oh yeah, in our road.
Yeah, see, I think I think it actually needs to be set down. I think the things are too high. It's not square or straight with anything. You notice?
Yes.
It's like angle parking.
Angle parking is the one kind of parking I can't do. I can do parallel parking. The grain looks pretty clean though. Oh, it's coming down in the window a little bit.
It's leaking? Oh no, we weren't very full. Why? When did they wash those windows?
At lunch, 2 days ago. Now Uncle Chris is going to get out of the combine, which is very sad. I really enjoyed our combine ride for today.
Goodbye. when you go down the other one, it just...
Well, I have been watching, you know, and you can't watch his head. I mean, we can go down, but this is a little bit much here. But you know, this is you drive around, 90% of this is picked up. There's a little bit of this, but you know, it's hard to pick up things like this.
Well, I know, but still, it's
You know, if you don't get it kind of bunched and pushing, it's yeah, I don't know.
I thought last year we did that there. It's not big.
It's not like joining together.
Yeah.
But I can see a high point right about here. You know, if them wheels run on a high point, it just, you know, it's trying to do a perfect thing in an imperfect world. We could set his down a little.
Now we're seeing how much wheat the combines are leaving behind. Well, this is kind of a bit.
Yeah, he needs to lay it.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe to learn a little bit more about how your food gets to your table and see some more awesome farming videos. You can visit the Tote website, katesag.com, and purchase a Made and Grown in the USA t-shirt or a Made in the USA tote bag. And you can follow Tote on Instagram, KATES_AG, and on Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!